Welcome back to more Creeper World. This time we're in Creeper World 2, and I'm going to explore the author Binz, who has done a fair amount of maps, and most of them are in the form of series of puzzle-type maps. And I think his maps require, shall we say, a little bit different mindset, or perhaps somebody smarter than me even, because I can do them some of the time. Some of the time I can't. Some just stump me. And this one, even though I've gone over it quite a bit, I barely found a way to win it, and it probably isn't the best way, although I couldn't figure out anything better, because you're supposed to be able to do it a lot faster than I've been able to. Anyway, so if you have any ideas on how I could do this better, like what am I missing, feel free to throw those down in the comments, please. Yeah, it is not practically fail-safe. I'm going to call nonsense on that claim. Definitely important to think about why the gate's there. Also important. And he is doing a really good job here of just, trying to ease you in and explain stuff. I like that. Just need the crystals and the holocube. And hence the name of the mission, Next Step. Okay, so here we start. We've got a bunch of creeper around us. We have a couple conversion bombs. We want to use one here. We try to convert as much of this as possible. It's very important. Move the other one over here. And we also want to grab that, the maker for the anti-creeper tech. So that's our first step. Whoops, let's definitely detonate. And now you're in place, so you can detonate. There we go. We're going to be needing every last bit of anti-creeper we can muster on this one. I'd like to believe that's half the battle, but in reality it's not even close. It does give us some Teknites. So you get some unusual things from these. This one gives us nothing other than actually just getting the beacon. Okay. I want to be a little bit careful here in my use of energy, because you can't actually produce much at all. You get the spare stuff there, but your income, you can never build any reactors or anything like that in this mission. So if we watch this one over here, see that black thing darting around? There's one over here as well. That will, knock out the beacon if it hits it. So we have to be careful. I am going to build one over here. It doesn't go quite up that far. And that gives us our first couple of beacons. Now, the first things I want to invest in, tech-wise, that's really necessary early on, especially when we get into it a bit, is the beacon range. I only have enough for one of them right now. We want another one when we can get to it. Now, remember what they said about not having to invest in everything in terms of the creeper pools. I'm going to pop over here, set you on vacuum, and now it's time to build up some makers. I'm only going to build a couple of these at a time, just so I don't drain the energy pool there super fast. To actually not drain it all, I would have to build one at a time and turn it off partway through. So I'm just sort of taking a half measure here to get this done in a vaguely reasonable amount of time. Okay, then I want to set these to charge. They will now use what's being vacuumed, and so we can move this to another area. Which, by the way, where we're going to want it is over here. This is our next target. And this is one of the important strategic things here. Where do you want to go next? We want to get the Tech Knights so we can get the upgrades. And initially I thought, boy, it'd be nice to get this little spot down here for a beacon. We actually don't need to do that. And since we don't need to, we don't want to waste our AC on all of this creeper over here. So let's build a couple more. And you, let's see, yeah, you've used up all of this. So now I want you to vacuum up this down here. We can get rid of these. I don't think it actually does any good. So I'm going to leave them be because I've tried doing that. There's nothing there. But you can destroy those ones. These, of course, are the infinite sections. Okay, we will charge both of you as well. Let's make sure you're on 4 times. And then we can slide you over here. So we're going to build all of the makers we can get. And the idea here is that the more AC you can throw at it at once, the quicker it will destroy whatever you're trying to destroy. And the reason we even have to do this at all, if you click on this, you notice turn it on, but it's not getting packets, not doing anything, because there's actually 5 million creeper in that spot. It's not immediately obvious, but there is. We want to have as much as we can throwing over here because of the fact that charging allows us to release it all at once, which is definitely beneficial to conserving our anti-creeper by knocking out the creeper more quickly. And also those little black things going around, they suck up some of the anti-creeper that tries to damage them as well. And this is all of the makers that we're allowed to build. So we've got those up. We've got a little bit of energy left, but not much. And these can come over here. Then we're just going to wait for this counter to get down. It does take a little bit of time. So these are up maybe a third or so of the way. Almost 2/3, so they will get there eventually. Okay, now we are ready. We're not going to get more ready. Burst it all. You can see the combat happening over here. Quickly it goes down. And boom, there it is. So now we're going to start harvesting this. And I want to do a couple other things. I want to move you out. Doesn't really matter where. I just want to get them out of this room for the moment. Go over there and charge, except for you. You're going to stay here, and you are going to... I want you to vacuum. Because I don't want the AC to stay in here and get eaten up now that we don't need it anymore. Get eaten up by that little black box that moves around. Spend them wisely. We're going to boost beacon range again. Because doing that allows us to get more Teknites. Okay, you're going to move over here, and we're going to knock that out. So we're going to do that first. Boom, boom, boom. And now we're going to grab you. Got it. And you're charged already? Excellent. Let's charge you. Okay, now we're almost ready for our next room, which is going to be down here. But notice I'm putting a beacon up here. There is no way to get into like this area here because there's no micro rifts there. We got these walls, impenetrable walls up here. We can't get up to this way. We could rift up into here. But actually getting vision over here, this is the only way I found to do it. Putting the beacon there, which is safe from our wonderful friend. And then this, you know, was cleared out. And now we can get into here. Thanks to our extended beacon range. There's actually a black thing that goes into here, so we can't put the beacon there, which is why I had to upgrade the second time for beacon range. And now this opens up this hallway. Defeating this creeper here and getting up into here is, in my opinion, the most difficult battle in the game. But right now, we are fully, I believe, let's check you. Yes, we're fully charged everywhere. All of our makers. They'll give us maximum, let's pause this, maximum power as we make our way in here. So let's do that. Just waiting for everybody to get in. There they are. And we're going to burst everything. We still have some stored in here, but we can only fit so many in the makers. So much in the makers. And very, very quickly, all of that goes away. All right. So, let's... Yeah, I don't want all of you there, so I'll just do this one at a time. Only going to want a few of you there at the moment. Going to pull a few of you down here. And I want one down this way. And you are going to, of course, be the vacuumer. We're going to want this first, because there is another wonderful black box of dervish. And he's not wrong. You do not want to waste Teknites on things you don't need. You have exactly the amount of Teknites you need to do what I intend to do with them. And 0 more. So let's grab our wonderful ore rig. And we're still busy charging away there. Yeah, you said it wouldn't be difficult. But I don't necessarily agree with you. Okay, and you are done vacuuming. So you can charge. Make your way over there. And we are finished in this room. Now, next bit. We want to research and boost ore rig efficiency as much as we can so we get the most possible ore out of those. And that's as far as we're going to get. Because we don't have 21 Teknites, we only have 15. We have no way to get more except for this big one. There's nowhere else on the map we can get them from. See, these are all like energy resource things. Okay, so we want to start building some ore rigs. But actually, before I do that, I want to use up this. So let's vacuum. Still build the ore rigs, just won't end up using that many of them yet. And this sort of is a fairly long process of getting these up without, using up too much energy. But we have the time. And so essentially what I'm going to be doing here is charging up all of my makers. The other thing I want to do is boost the range, because for whatever reason, I've got the 15 Teknites, might as well use them for something. And what they allow me to do is double the storage, because now I can fit 15 million instead of 7.5 in each maker. So I need to charge them all the way up and get ready for this. Okay, so we've gotten all of the ore. Now, I've had all these down here set on produce, because I could have left some of the ore in here and just filled up all of the makers. But doing it in this way allowed me to, have it's easier to access from here. It should make things a little more watchable once we get going. Now, I want to go ahead and throw that in there. We don't specifically need this for the next part, but it wouldn't hurt to knock that out. Wait for the energy to fill back up, and we'll grab the nullifier. It gives us some more energy, and also, obviously, allows us to build nullifiers. And then for this part here, the range, it's not quite as dense as at the top. Notice we have a 5 gravity downward push on this map, and build in all directions. So this is about 1.7 million, that's about 1.9, averages out to about 1.8 million. It's a pretty good size thing. So now we're going to need a burst, a full burst here, and that's not going to be enough, by the way, but it's what we can do. So I don't actually want that one to get all the way there. I just wanted to get over here so that I could burst it all. And let's see what happens. So you can actually move back. And it's eating into it pretty good. But you can see it's not going to work. It's just weakening it. It didn't actually defeat it. So now we have to charge again. So you're down here vacuuming. There we go. We've got our nullifier. And I'm going to send another one down here to help you so that one can vacuum while the other one charges, and vice versa. So we want to fill everybody up again. And there's nothing to do at this point but hurry up and wait. Okay, so it's time to play good news, bad news. So good news is this is reduced significantly. Under 1 million. We used over half of it. Bad news is we also used over half of our anti-creeper, because we don't have enough now to fill everybody up. And you, I don't think, have any, do you? No. So this is either going to work or it's not. Here we go. Because this is all that we have. And it collects over here most strongly. And it's burning, burning, burning away. That's where our anti-creeper is trying to collect. This is trying to collect down here. Got to wait for all this to filter down through. 100K or so at the bottom. It's still burning. We got tons of it there. It's just stuck in a really small area. Send one of you up above this now. You should be able to make it there without dying, I think. Yep. Not by much, but you did. And wait for you to slowly heal. The idea is that you'll become my vacuumer. All of you can charge back up. Taking what's here, and then we'll push back up through once more. Now they've got 100K at the bottom. So we're just, I think we've used it all though. Let's move you up here. Get everybody as close as possible. You don't have much in these, but we're going to see if it's enough. And this is one of those where if we'd blown a bunch of AC over here, which I did my first couple attempts at this, you don't have time for this. Like, you don't have enough anti-creeper, so I don't know how it would anyway be fail-safe. But in any case, we throw that up in there, and now it's clear. We can get to this, and it's sort of, in a way, downhill from here. It's not easy, but there we go. That's why we have the gateway. It pops these otherwise impossible to destroy openings. And it's doing so over here as well. So all of a sudden we have access to more things. There this goes. It's flowing all the way down. And it's going to eat into this, but there's not going to be enough of it, I do not believe. Nope, it's dying. Okay, so let's grab some things we can grab. Let's grab these. Very nice. More energy. More energy. Let's get that. You're almost there. Yeah, it's not. It's the way the level is scripted. But this is what he's talking about. And blaster tech? No, this is launcher tech. There are no blasters on this level at all. But let's definitely find our way through this. This is going to be time-consuming. 25 for each of these. I don't know that that was strictly necessary, but it's the way the level was designed, nonetheless. And you know what? I'm actually going to just deactivate a couple of these beacons so we can save up energy a little quicker. A couple more of these to knock out. And there's Creeper in that one, so that'll be fun. Last one. There it goes. Boom, explosion, magical explosion of anti-creeper. Very nice. And that will finish the task for us here. Meanwhile, we need to... This is a big one. 75 energy it costs. Going to use a little bit more of our storage in the process. Almost there. And now we can do whatever we want tech-wise, really. You know, so we will want to boost reactor efficiency, I suppose. I don't know if there's anything else we actually want in here, though. Maybe packet speed? I'll get that. I'll get the storage techs. The other stuff all involves needing more energy, and you can't really... Actually, I don't even need the ore storage. I don't have enough ore for that to matter. Energy storage probably doesn't matter that much either. Anyway, let's pop in here. Boom, there's more of that. We're going to grab this schematic. It's going to give us some more energy and storage. Then we're going to use one of the cool features of the game that I don't often get occasion to use, which is that launchers can fire through these. It's really the only way to get rid of this fun thing down here. 45 million creeper, I believe. We could also vacuum some of this up and bring it in there. I may actually try that. Why don't you? But, I mean, the second we get in here, we're going to start getting damage, so we'd have to ferry it in. And I'm going to deactivate you as soon as you're done building, because I want more than one. Let's put up a second launcher. And you are not going to be able to do anything there, so you can charge as well. Let's get all of you over here by this entrance. Although the usefulness of that is kind of, we can only put one of them in there at a time. Boom, and now the shooting starts. Actually, let's activate you as well. And they're hitting it, but they don't do a huge amount of damage. Meanwhile, we're running a deficit to do that. Let's slide in here. Burst. And then leave before you die. So that helps some. Let's do it again. And again. Yep, and now it's almost gone. Now it is gone. Yay! We're going to gather up these, see what we can have. Some more energy. What does green have to say for itself? Oh, look, more energy. It's more costly to get. But we'll do it eventually. Very nice. Blue, what say you? Oh, look, even more cost, even more energy. Who could have predicted that? And once again, the pattern continues here. Up to 1700 stored. Let's go ahead and crack this open. And hope we don't die with all of the creeper stored in it. Of course, creeper can't go through these, so we shouldn't die, at least. Oh, look. It spawns more transitioning to actual anti-creeper, and then we're going to fire at it to make sure everything's okay. Let's get that holocube when we can. We just get points for it. And of course, it's necessary to complete the level, so there's that. AC wins the battle. And we worry about grabbing this. So what do we have left? This is it. That's the only thing that we actually still need to win. Of course, getting it is a matter, because it would take an obscenely long time to pound through this with launchers. Credit for the map tile set. That's cool. No. And I have no idea how that's even possible. It was kind of fun. Thank you. But we actually aren't done. So this here, for reasons I do not understand on this map, this thing you have to nullify it 4 times. Which makes no sense to me. Pretty much at all. So we're just going to sit here and, sort of wait for the energy to percolate. Just because what's harder about nullifying it 4 times as compared to once? It just means you have to wait longer for the energy to do it. Yeah. So, not a thing that I understand anyway, in terms of the why. But after we do this a few more times, we will be able to get through. As long as you're willing to wait more for energy, then you don't have to burn through the storage. So, forcing the player to wait, not that interesting to me. Okay, activate. We're not going to arm it yet, though. So now, we need to get that beam where we want it. That means gradually setting up all of it. Nope. There. There we go. Now, they're no longer of any use to us, but it's probably still not a bad idea to get all of these out of the way. We need one here. Oh, that thing hit it. That's interesting. I don't actually remember that happening before. You go there. And you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Where is it? Waiting to see when it comes by. Okay. There we go. Disarm. Yeah, now you're going to flow with all kinds of energy over there, but you're also not going to be bringing that stupid thing my way again. What? I thought I got rid of it. It's coming back. You know, that's going to tick me off. Okay. You're still there. I had no problem with that last time. Why am I having a problem with it now? Do I need to keep the beam on? Hope that's not the case. Yeah, okay. It only did a little bit of damage, so if I build it at the right time, then I was okay. All right. In any case, we're going to move along. Put one there. One here. 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 And here. And the point of all this is that we can eliminate these spots and get to our final objective. So we get a little bit of, hero time for the dark beam. We rescue this, our final crystal, and we declare victory. Could have done it much faster, of course. I don't know how you would do it in 12 minutes. But any ideas or comments on this? Do you like these types of sort of puzzle-type maps as opposed to the build-up and defeat the creeper ones? Let me know. I may or may not do more of Binz's maps in the future, depending on how the feedback goes. Thanks for watching, everybody. More Creeper World will be coming up soon, as always.